Hi everybody, it's Lorraine Murray here, and I opened up my Insight Timer app today, and there was a quote by Wayne Dyer, which was all about it was paraphrasing, the way you look at things affects how you see things. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And it might be one of those popcorn mind moments where you just think, what's he going on about? But one of the advantages of meditation, of practicing meditation for both adults and children, is the ability to gain a different perspective of something, a situation, a conflict, a personal experience of some kind. And when we're trying to help children be resilient, it's really important that we help teach them and give them the skills to see things from a different point of view. So when I used to teach my healing courses, I used to put something in the center of the group, and I would I'm holding my crystal here today. So I would hold something, a stone, something in the center of the group, and the group would be in a circle, and I would point out to them that the whole crystal exists, but the experience that person has with that item, that object, is based on what they perceive. And I can see your side actually because I'm looking in the screen, but I can also see this perspective looking at it from my direction. Whereas you can't see that, you can only see the one side. And when we go into meditation, if we practice it and still the mind, and I don't mean empty the mind, I mean still the mind, that's quite different. Where you give the opportunity for you to have some clarity, you no longer just have perhaps the thinking mind, the perspective of your life, your circumstances, what's going on. We call them life stories in meditation, and we run them like a record in the background. Instead, we kind of have a couple of anchors that we use, like our breath and our body, maybe some other mindful tools. And then we somehow get the opportunity to see the other perspective of a situation or whatever it is that we have a situation with. And that's really enlightening because we go beyond just our rigid thinking mind. We have the opportunity to go into almost like a bigger mind and see all the different perspectives of the same thing. And I think if we're teaching children meditation, okay, fair enough, your 5 or your 6-year-old might not catch on to that at that point. But as they become, teens and they have more experiences, for those of you that don't know, I'm a foster mom and I have a foster son who's 15. And I keep saying to him, you're kind of in no man's land. You're not a child and you're not an adult. You're in this really difficult transition. And that can obviously bring up a lot of things for him. So he's at the moment perceiving things sometimes from quite a child perspective and sometimes from a very adult perspective, and kind of trying to reconcile that with who he thinks he is. And if my job is to kind of invite him to have a different level of perception about the same situation, invite different thoughts into that. And sometimes, for me, that's practicing meditation that really helps me to do that. As a foster mum, my practice helps me support him through that. And sometimes, not all the time, he will practice some mindful practices that help him in a difficult time. So you have this, we talk about the benefits of meditation being things like better sleep and more focus and more resilience. But when we get deep down into it, that's really a great skill to have, which is not to get dragged along sometimes by our life stories and make some really poor decisions about situations and people, but to actually be able to reflect and go, what's the bigger picture? What other perspectives are available to me about the situation? What choices can I have if I sit and meditate with this? So I hope that's giving you some food for thought. And if you do practice meditation yourself, I invite you to sit maybe with a situation of conflict or difficulty you're having with your young person or group of young people, and just sit and invite that question in to your practice. Is there another way to look at this? Another way to experience this? And don't rush for any answers. Just breathe and breathe and breathe. And you might find that the answer comes in the meditation or afterwards. And if you're teaching young people, about this. It's about giving them some anchors so that, again, they just don't get drawn into doing a reactive response to something, that they build up those self-reflective skills. And eventually one day they might use their meditation practice to see things from a different perspective, give them all the perspectives, and then make maybe a healthier choice. Thank you so much for listening. And if you have any questions about what I've been saying here today, please let me know, and I'll speak to you next time. And as you can see, my books, you can purchase one of them if you want. They're on the website, connected-kids.com, or we do training courses as well, both UK, Europe, and online worldwide. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.